reason I'm here today is to talk to you about this knife, the Ontario RTAK II. This one's been a long time coming. This is one of the first, actually the first big full-size blades that I ever purchased. Actually, it was purchased for me. This was a gift from my wife 2 Christmases ago. And I just, for some reason, I've never gotten around to reviewing it. So today that's what we're going to do. We're going to put this thing through its paces. Not that I haven't done that many times before, but for video, and I'll give you guys my thoughts on this. Well, this will give it away, this fantastic blade. But anyway, guys, let's get right into it. I'm going to give you the specs and everything on screen, and then we'll get to chopping, because that's what this bad boy's for. Okay guys, so what we have here is a full 10-inch blade. That's what makes this thing such a wicked chopper. Full 10-inch blade, 5160 spring steel, so it's really tough. But it does have its limitations, like all steels, and I'll talk about that a little bit later on. It's got Ontario's gray traction coating on it. Micarta handles, which are put on by 3 bolts, hex bolts, which are easy enough to remove if needed. I've never had to take these off. And this, in my opinion, is how a handle should be done. So absolutely comfortable, it is ridiculous. I've seen a lot of reviewers say that the handle's maybe a little oversized, and it is on the bigger side, but I have medium to medium large size hands, and I don't find it too big at all. So maybe if you have really small size hands, it might be a little big for you, but if you got medium and up, you're gonna love this thing. So nicely rounded, no really weird finger grooves or anything weird like that. No thumb ramp here, which on a chopper I don't think you need. It's got a nice guard here, palm swell, just fantastic. I don't think they could really done anything else to this to make it any more comfortable. Of course, your classic drop point design here. Just your very basic plain Jane style blade, but it works like a charm. Just beautiful. Wicked. Oh, look at that bite. Hit too hard, I get stuck, it goes so deep. There we go. No problem. Now, while this guy does have a nice finger choil just past the finger guard here, and you can get a nice close grip, this is obviously not made for fine work. Now, I have done feather sticking with this, excuse me, but of course that's not ideal. I mean, this is a heavy blade. The grip is really comfortable, like I said, and for something short, really quick, you gotta do a couple quick little slices, maybe put a push cut into something, a stop cut, no problem. You can choke right up, works great. That's one thing I really like about this knife. It is meant to be a chopper, obviously. It's big, it's heavy, but you can do other stuff with it too. Obviously, of course, this isn't ideal, but just showing that it can be done if absolutely, absolutely, absolutely necessary. There you go. Started with a bit of a notch there. How about a heavy-duty tent peg? Not the prettiest, but it would work. Okay guys, now for a quick word on the steel on this thing. As probably almost all of you know, Ontario uses 5160 spring steel for the RTAK II. Now in the past, and I knew this before I purchased this, the RTAK has had, let's say, a little bit of a reputation for possibly being a little brittle. There's a lot of videos out there, particularly older ones, where guys have, I've never seen one where they actually snapped the blade, but a lot of chips in the edge. Now, like I said, I've had this, or an RTAK, for a little over 2 years now, almost 2.5 years. Excuse me. And for the first 2 years, I had no issues with it. I used it a lot, lots of batoning, lots of chopping, lots of cold weather, because in Manitoba here we have lots of cold weather and really cold. Now, as I was saying, I didn't have any issues with it until last fall, actually, late fall. It was below zero, everything was frozen already. It was actually a day I was shooting a video, my late fall bush day. And I brought the RTAK II out, and I just did a little bit of really light chopping with it. Nothing, no real batoning, actually no batoning at all. Some real light chopping, and at the end of the day, when I was back in the cabin cleaning up my blades, I noticed that there was a chip, a really nice chip right in the edge. And if you follow me on Instagram, you'll know I posted a picture of it on Instagram and tagged Ontario, and that was it. And I was gonna, basically, when I got home, I was gonna take it to the workshop, grind it out, no big deal. I mean, it wasn't a big chip. I wasn't too concerned. But I figured, you know what? It's a big company. They have a web page. They'll have a contact us page. What the hell? So I did that. I sent them an email through their customer service and just said, hey, look, I have this particular knife. I've had it for this long. This is what I've done with it. This is what I was doing. I didn't hold anything back. It was just a quick email, but I said, look, I've batoned with this thing, chopped. Didn't try and hide anything. And I said, this is what happened. It's got a little chip. I was wondering if this was something that your warranty would possibly cover. No big deal if it doesn't. And I actually got an email the same day from Ontario. Someone in their customer service said, we don't like seeing chips in our knives. Send it back. We'll either fix it or replace it. Awesome. Not only that, the next day I got a reply via, I can't remember if it was Twitter or Instagram, about the post I put on with the picture, and someone else from Ontario tweeted me, through Twitter actually, tweeted me back and said basically the same thing, like, we don't like any of our blades out there having chips in them. contact customer service and they will tell you how to send it back to get fixed or replaced. So twice for the same problem I got contacted and said, no problem, send it back. So I did, mailed it away, and I want to say it took maybe 5-6 weeks. It wasn't super fast. However, I live in Canada. Ontario is based out of the United States, so there's customs going both ways, of course. That's going to slow everything down, and it was right at Christmas time. So you guys all know what postage mail is like at Christmas. So to be honest, I was quite impressed that it was, first of all, they replaced it, just sent me a brand new knife, no questions asked. And second of all, the time frame for international shipping at that time of year, I thought was pretty acceptable. And again, so this is actually my second RTAK, and I've been using it a lot since I got it back in December, maybe early January of this year, and no issue. The edge here is holding up just fantastic. You can see the traction coating wears. All knives are like that. They're all going to wear if they got any sort of coating. But anyway, guys, that's my story about their warranty. So if you have concerns about buying an Ontario knife because you're not sure how it's going to hold up, I wouldn't worry about it. So, what are my final thoughts on the RTAK II by Ontario Knife Company? If size and weight aren't an issue for you and you're looking for a beast of a knife to chop and baton and all that heavy duty stuff, I don't think you can go wrong with this thing. Ultra comfortable handle, lanyard hole here if you want to throw a lanyard on, 10-inch blade, 5160 spring steel. This thing is going to chop, it's going to baton, it's going to do all those heavy duty camp chore tasks for you with no problems. And if you actually do have a problem with this, Ontario will back up their products absolutely to the nines and take care of you, whether they fix it, replace it. I guess it depends what the damage is, but I have no concerns about that whatsoever, and that is through personal experience. So like I said, I highly recommend it. It's a great full-size survival knife, camp knife, pack knife, whatever you want. RTAK II, recommended.